On 29th November, Cast Estates organized a site viewing event for people who are interested in buying lands at Cast Estates. They assigned 3 locations to the event. That's Amasaman, Kweku, Panfo, Amasaman, Hobo, and then Amasaman, Asabade. So Amasaman, Kweku, Panfo, Amasaman, Hobo, and Amasaman, Asabade. All 3 locations are lined up in the same zone. So once you make the trip to the district, to the Hobo district, you'll find all 3 locations after. So it was a Saturday morning, and we were scheduled to meet in front of the old Amasaman police station. That's what happened. We met at 8 a.m. in the morning, and the bus moved at 9 a.m. So this is a video that is showing the entire event of the trip. This is us on the way to Hobo, and this is how the road looks like. And it is interesting to know that Hobo has its own, small thing going on. They have their market as you see here. This is the community market. This isn't Hobo itself. This is on the way to Hobo. But this place is close to Hobo and a bit far from Amasaman itself. So what it means is that if you are living in Hobo, you don't necessarily have to come all the way to Amasaman to get your basic needs. You can easily buy everything you need before you get to Amasaman. So just come here. This is in between Amasaman and Hobo. So just come here, buy your things, and then go back. Everything you need, especially when you're building. You get most of your things here. Everything is here. You don't necessarily have to go all the way to Amasaman because it's a bit far. From Amasaman to Hobo is about an hour. You see, without traffic, it's about an hour. So it's not a small journey. So it's good that you have everything. You see welders around here. At least you can, when you are putting up your structure and you need welders to work for you, you don't have to go all the way to Amasaman, which is a very good thing. And one beautiful thing about this zone is that the forest is thriving here. The greens, nature itself. It's not like the middle of Accra that there are buildings everywhere. No, there are buildings in some parts. Some parts have only greens, just the forest, nature thriving by itself. And so the weather is amazing here, trust me. So you see a few settlements around. Yeah, there are people actually living here. And I'm sure most people in Accra don't even know that there is a space here called Hobo. Even I didn't know until I went on this event. I didn't know there was a part of Amasaman called Hobo, Asabade, Kweku, Panfo. I didn't know all those parts. So this is a very educative video. And the lands that are assigned to this site viewing events are on promotion in this December. So those of you who are interested, you can quickly contact Cast Estates. You can find them on IG and Facebook and on TikTok. No, they are not on TikTok, but they are on IG and Facebook. They are not on TikTok. The last time I checked, I don't know if they are on now. So you just do your research and then contact them and buy a land for yourself. I mean, this is the generation that is really paying attention to owning their own lands, and which is a beautiful thing because rents are currently through the roof all around the world. Yeah. One advantage of this zone is that there is good electricity here, as you can see all the wires in the sky. Yeah, there's electricity connection here. It's not one of those areas that when you buy a land here you have to wait for a while, 5-10 years before the space develops. And no, most people have started moving here, so it's a very good buy. It's a good buy. There is good electricity here, and there is network here, especially those of you using MTN. MTN is the best network in Ghana currently, and all of these parts have good connection with regards to MTN. So when you move here, you don't have a problem. The scenery is amazing. It's amazing. It feels good to move to the outskirts of Accra sometimes. So this is the Hobo Community Hospital. Yes, so this tells you that we are in Hobo now. This is the community hospital. It's well built. You see there are structures around, electricity going on, the greens. It's a fair balance. It really is a fair balance. So you see this tower here, this is the MTN mast. This is the reason why there's good internet connection and network connection here in this space. It's mounted right in the middle of nowhere. Actually in the middle of somewhere. That's the Hobo district. So you see indigents living in the area, sitting on motorcycles passing by. Yeah. So it's not only out here. Back in the day, if you bought a land in the outskirts of Accra, you knew you were going to be alone for a long time, 10, 20 years before people started coming around. But it is not so these days. People are rapidly moving outside of Accra because of higher rents. The rents are through the roof. So everybody is trying to buy a land and build their own house, so they don't have to pay so much rent anymore. This is on our way to the Kweku Panfo site. The Kweku Panfo site was the first site that we visited out of all the three. Okay, and it is the farthest. It's the farthest out of all the three. It's the last land out of all the three lands. It's farther than the rest. So we had to go there first and then come back to the remaining two. And en route to the Kweku Panfo land, honestly, the scenery was a sight for sore eyes, as you can see in the video. Look at all these greens, man. This is the space where if you are going through a lot of traumatic episodes in the middle of Accra, you can easily come here and take a stroll around, just rest the mind and think through things. There's a transformer here, you see. So all of these signs show you that electricity here is solid. It's solid. Yeah, so you see the kids running after the car. Maybe because it is not so common here, Cars don't run in and out here so often. But every once in a while, they see a car and they are intrigued. They find it interesting. Believe it or not, even though we are in 2025, not everyone is privileged to see a lot of these tech things that we have, the smartphones, the cars, Lamborghinis, Bugattis, Bugatti motorcycles, and all that stuff. There are still parts of the world where people don't have that privilege because they are still very, very much underdeveloped. It's easy for you to assume that everyone has all of these devices because you have it. But once you move out of the city like I did this day, you see that it's not like that. It's not like that. And trust me when I tell you, the air here is different because of the natural scenery here, because of all the greens. The air, the feeling is great. So we had to take a left turn here, and the driver passed it by, so he had to reverse and then make the left turn. Otherwise, he go carry us go where we don't know. He go carry us go where we don't know. Yeah, so he had to correct that real quick. We make the left and then head towards the Kweku Panfo lands. From here on, it's about a few minutes before we get to the site itself. Yes, so you see here that the greens are very low because these lands are being sold currently. All of these parts are part of the Kweku Panfo area. Yes, but there are lots of farming going on here. That is why the greens are low here. So you see the maize produce here. We should be at the location in a few minutes. So if you made it this far, congratulations to you. You've learned a lot. And I hope this helps you in your journey to decide if you want to buy a land or not. And I really hope you do, because land is an investment, if not for anything, if not for your own settlement's sake. At least you can engage in land banking. You know what they say about land banking. You know what they say about land itself. It always appreciates, no depreciation here. So you can just buy the lands, leave it there, 2-3 years later, you come and flip it, and then you make your money. So we're almost there. We are almost at the site where the lands are being sold, which is the Amasaman, Kweku, Panfo lands. For those of you who are interested, the lands are going for 30,000 Ghana cedis here. It's going for 30,000 Ghana cedis here. But because they are running a promotion this December, they are selling it for 27,000. If you are paying outright, it's going for 27,000 promotion. So this is how the place looks like. You can see the people who have already completed their project and they are living here. You see the polytank over there. There's someone living there. And this obviously is someone's dream building. Look at this. It's beautiful. So yeah, there were a lot of people present. As you can see, I think 3 buses and then those who came with their private cars. Yeah, it was a beautiful journey. So generally, I would say that from Amasaman straight to Kweku Panfo will take you about 2 hours, give or take a few minutes. Yeah. So it's quite far. Yeah, but like I said, this is a good getaway. And it's far because we are comparing it to Amasaman. If you live here, you don't have to go all the way to Amasaman to do anything. You can easily get your supplies, like I said earlier, in the middle of Amasaman and Kweku Panfo. Yes, especially if you are a remote worker, you don't have any issues. This will be best for you because you get all the quiet and peace of mind. And most importantly, nature itself will take care of you.